Welcome back to the Tech Shack for another low quality video. Sorry about the echo on that intro. I did not realize how many microphones were active. Alright, so it's been a busy couple of weeks since my last video, and I've gotten a couple calls pretty far out of town that have kept me pretty busy. So the first one, I was just supposed to mount some TVs, set up some powered ring doorbells, a few little things, both tech and electrical, as I am certified, licensed, and insured for that as well. And they mentioned the receptacles in the living room were cutting out. So I went down the basement and found a bunch of junction boxes that looked like this. And even worse, downstream of that junction box, I found this. So currently, I had the living room tied into the back of this light. And that runs to the goddamn living room. Yeah, that wasn't... So, they don't even have a ground, because this wire doesn't have a ground in it. So... moving this to here, so this will, because this isn't long enough, so this will terminate in here, spliced with a longer cable. A brand new cable back to the panel box over on top of the stairs. So that'll be one straight run. All the outlets for the living room will be on one breaker now instead of everything scattered. And the sad thing is the panel box is right there. So like, this was just pure laziness, whoever did it this way, because they could have just grabbed power right there. But instead, they'd grab power from a light instead of running the cable all the way back there. Makes zero sense. Moved all that metal two-clad wire, replaced it with 12-2. But before I could move on to their original task, after I had all the fire hazards out of hand, some new lighting in their basement, I had to go do another job ASAP. Now, a couple weeks ago, I did a few runs of Cat 5e for IP phones, and they forgot about one when we did the walkthrough and when we pulled them all. Now, they have to all run back to a single managed switch in the basement, owned and managed by the telecom company on a dedicated VLAN. No switch jumping allowed. What makes this thing extremely difficult about this job is the unique building layout. From the outside, it looks like a modern concrete and steel retail building, when in fact, that's just multiple additions built around an old wood building. And to make it more frustrating, there's additions that have additions that have additions. So what used to be 2-foot thick concrete exterior walls are now interior walls, which are so easy and fun to run Cat 5e through, okay? And on the second floor, you could actually open a restricted door, employees only door, into one of the large retail spaces and walk into an old attic from the original wood building that's in the center of all this. Now, once that job was done, it was back to the house I rewired to do the original projects. Ring doorbells, they were wired, so I had to install a couple receptacles in their entryways, mounted the TVs, and installed outlets under them with all the cables hidden. And then I had to go back to that big retail store and do some AP deployments. More Omada 225s. Yes, I know they're supposed to be ceiling mounted. Yes, I know with Wi-Fi 6, these are considered outdated. But their ISP is only supposed to be 400 down and 10 up. And as you can see, the APs were not bottlenecking the internet, and they were not bottlenecked by my placement. Also, that one that's almost on the floor, that's in mesh mode. That was the most optimal place we could find to hit the access point it's meshed off of below. And running a dedicated line for them was out of the budget right now. That would honestly been $1,000 cable run with how complicated everything was. And I am extremely tired. And so that is it for this low quality video. I'll see you guys in the next one.